If you're searching for some of the strongest fragrances for the fall and winter, so this video is for you. Hi everyone, I'm Jolima. I always love fragrances, and this is my channel Scented Moment, where we discuss everything about fragrances since 2018. So in this video, like I said in the intro, I will talk about some of the strongest fragrances that I have in my collection that are perfect for the colder weather, and in no specific order. So let's get started. So we will start off this list with a very strong fragrance, both in terms of projection and longevity and intensity. This is from the house of Baruti, and it is Perverso. Baruti is an indie niche brand from Netherlands, and they have so many beautiful creations. Very underrated brand in my opinion. And Perverso is this roasted, nutty coffee, cacao with lots of smoke in here with woods. This has some gourmand qualities because of the tonka beans, the coffee, the cacao, but it's very nutty, very smoky. It really has this roasted nut accord in here. So this is for people who like, for example, By the Fireplace by Maison Margiela, but if you want something more intense, more rich, more long-lasting, and slightly more upscale in terms of quality, I mean, this is the one for you. Oh man, this is beautiful, very intoxicating. Absolutely love it. This is an extrait de parfum. Now Baruti has eau de parfum concentrations from their previous extraits. So also, if you are not very into too intense, deep, bold fragrances, you can definitely choose the eau de parfum versions. But personally, I prefer the extraits. I prefer the more richer scents. So I absolutely love this one. Just a couple of sprays max, and that's it. One time I wore this one and I went to a bar with some friends, and the bartender said that it reeked of this roasted nutty coffee like in the air, and he didn't knew what it was. And then I said, well, I think that's my fragrance. And then he smelled it, he was like, oh my god, like how come I can smell you? Yes, it's that powerful. So really go easy on the trigger, but it's one that I absolutely love. And it's still, despite its intensity, it's still a very cozy fragrance, I would say, at least personally. But yes, Baruti Perverso, highly advised to check this one out. The next fragrance from house of Xerjoff, it is Alexandria II Anniversary. And this is the cute 15 ml that I have here. This is a new release from Xerjoff. They released this one earlier this year at Essence, and they give this one for free. It was like a sample pack with this one, Alexandria II, like this 15 ml, and like the samples of their newest releases. They gave that sample set to everyone who attended their event at Essence. So it was just not for me personally to review. And this one was Love at First Sniff. I already talked about this fragrance, actually. It's how much I love this one. I'm a fan of Xerjoff, and I'm a fan of the Alexandria DNA. I have them all. I had the Alexandria 2, the Alexandria 3, the Oriental version, and now I have this cute 15 ml. It's amazing. It's really a richer, more intense, dense, thick version of Alexandria 2. Absolutely love it. The performance is immense. I mean, this will stay even on your pillows. So usually I spray always in the back of my neck, and I spray this in the morning. So by the end of the day, like at night when I was about to go to sleep, I still had the fragrance on me, and the next day the pillow was smelling of Alexandria 2. It's how intense this fragrance is, and literally just 2-3 sprays max. You don't need more, because this will really leave a nice sillage and it will last for the entire day and the day after. So if you are a fan of this sentier, like this lavender, cardamom, oud, highly advised to check this version. Yes, it's expensive. I dare to say it's a bit overpriced, but the bottle is gorgeous. although what really matters is the scent inside. And for me, the scent inside is like a really high quality wood type of fragrance, but a very likable wood, not a barnyardy, daring, animalic oud. No, it's a very easy to like, very versatile type of oud fragrance with the lavender and the cardamom. Absolutely love this one. Check this one out if you have yet to. The Alexandria II in general, the entire line, and specifically for me, I would advise to check this one also. Alexandria II Anniversary, as it's currently, in my opinion, the best version of Alexandria II. And the next fragrance from the house of Amouage Epic 56. I absolutely love this fragrance, and also the Eau de Parfum. You can go also with the Eau de Parfum, this is the extrait version of Epic Woman, and you can easily go with the Eau de Parfum as well. It's equally amazing, but this one, of course, being an extrait, it's richer, it's more intense, it's thicker, and I absolutely love it. This was created by Cécile Sorokin. She already created the Eau de Parfum, and this fragrance, it's amazing. One of the best discoveries this year, hands down. This is a very spicy green rose fragrance with tons of incense and some oud. I would say that this is probably the only rose oud fragrance that Amouage has, and it's definitely not, far from being your typical rose oud. It's not obvious. Because this is more about the spices and the rose with some green aromatic nuances with incense, and then you have a touch of oud in the base. This fragrance is amazing, very complex, very unique. Although this is marketed for women, but this is really straight up unisex, if not even leaning to more masculine side of things. But in the end, I highly advise for you to check this one out. Great performance overall, perfect for the colder weather, is Amouage Epic 56. The next fragrance from the house of Indult Tihota. This is, I mean, the 100th time that I'm talking about Tihota. But again, it's the best vanilla in the market, created by Francesca before he launched his own brand. And Tihota, this is an eau de parfum, but this lasts the entire day. This projects, and it's a pure natural smelling vanilla fragrance. And I have this one for years now, and you see, like, just really few sprays. You don't need much to have like an amazing experience. This smells like, again, just straight up vanilla with a bit of musk. Kind of has a bit of a vanilla cupcake feeling to it, so this is borderline gourmand, I would say. But it's not sweet though. It's not sweet. It's very balanced. It's a very well balanced fragrance, I would say. And again, the best vanilla fragrance in the market. Natural smelling perfume, some musk undertones. The performance is amazing. Projects and lasts the entire day. Highly advise for you to check this one out. It's Tihota by Indult. The next fragrance, this is from house of Francesca Bianchi, and it is The Lover's Tale. Absolutely love this one. I think this is probably her most daring fragrance out of the entire collection. So the Lover's Tale is a bomb of leather and castoreum, so it's quite animalic, with incense, the orris butter, with the vanilla. So you have this Francesca Bianchi DNA. She always used like this orris butter, the vanilla with some animalic qualities. And you have tons of honey, some jasmine in here as well. This is a complex fragrance, a very dense, rich type of perfume, but being the leather and the castoreum like the main notes of this perfume. Love it. Very, very intoxicating. Again, this is an extrait de parfum, and I highly advise for you to check this one out. It's The Lover's Tale by Francesca Bianchi. The next fragrance is from house of Thomas de Monaco, Fuego, Futuro. Love this one, so unique. One of the most unique fragrances that I smelled this year. Fuego Futuro it's a bomb of hay. Tons of hay in here with mate, and very smoky. You literally have like an accord of smoked sage with tons of frankincense and LME resin. So in the end, this is a very resinous, woodsy, smoky fragrance with hay and mate. Absolutely love it. Very unique. It gives off vibes of a like a tea type of scent, but very pasty, like green pasty and smoky at the same time. Very unique. And the performance is fantastic. This is an extrait de parfum. Highly advised for you to check this one out. I'm a big fan of Thomas and Monaco because of his creations are very unique, and they all last a long time. The performance in general is really good, but the quality, the uniqueness of the perfumes are incredible. So yes, that's why I'm a fan of this brand overall. So, and I highly advise for you to check this one out. Fuego Futuro by Thomas and Monaco. The next fragrance from the house of Profumum Roma, and Profumum Roma, I mean, it's my favorite brand, and although I'm not been talking about them as often as I was in the past, but like I already mentioned previously, but I think it's never enough to say that still the majority of my collection of Profumum Roma is still in Lisbon, so this is just an opportunity for me to enjoy, to appreciate, and to highlight other brands that equally deserve such a highlight. But this one from Profumum Roma, it's amazing. I absolutely love this one. Very underrated, and it is Dolci Pensieri. Released a couple years ago, like 2021, but barely anyone talk about this fragrance. This is a amazing jammy rose with spices, and I dare to say that it has some oud in here. Although oud is not featured as a note, but it really has like an earthy, maybe patchouli, like earthy, woodsy type of feeling to it. But this is so intoxicating in the end. Very addicting. Like a very candied, jammy, spicy rose. A bit smoky, a bit incensey and woodsy. Definitely has a darkness into it. I love this one. Absolutely love it. You also have some vanilla in here. This fragrance is perfect for date night. And again, go easy on the trigger because this fragrance will last the entire day and will project a lot. I mean, Profumum Roma fragrances are highly concentrated perfumes, so always go easy on the trigger, but this is a fantastic rose fragrance. Dolci Pensieri by Profumum Roma. Next fragrance from the house of Guerlain from the La Relamatier collection, Tobacco Honey. Love this one. This was released last year. I mean, the performance is immense. I mean, if you're searching for a Guerlain that lasts and projects and all of that within the La Relamatier, I mean, it's Tobacco Honey. Tobacco Honey, it's, I dare to say that it's the least Guerlain-like fragrance, hands down, but I love it. I love this type of scent. Now, this fragrance is not groundbreaking. It was released 10 years late. It's really late to the game, but better late than never, I guess. So Tobacco Honey, like the name implies, you have tobacco and honey, though I would say that this is more about honey. This really has a very thick, gooey, sticky like honey in here. I love the honey note in here. Then you have a bit of tobacco and oud. It was really the oud, like for me, the ultimate plot twist. I was not expecting to smell oud, but you can really detect the oud in the dry down. It's that more of a chocolatey oud, not daring at all, but you could feel it. I could smell it on my skin. I was like, and I didn't knew, I was not aware that oud was in fact in this fragrance, and I was smelling like, well, this is oud? This has oud, or is it just my imagination? No, it definitely has oud. So yes, that's why this fragrance won me over, because of that plot twist. But in the end, this is a very rich, thick fragrance. This is the least Guerlain. Like I said, this is the least Guerlain fragrance, I would say. I mean, if you're a Guerlain lover, die-hard Guerlain lover, I think you will not appreciate this one, because this is not Guerlain. In the end, usually Guerlain has their Guerlainade, their DNA, with the vanilla, the rose, and so on, and you don't detect any of that. Personally, I love Guerlain, but I also love this Sentier, and I think they did a fantastic job here. Definitely, this is it's more commercial fragrance, more mainstream type of fragrance, but they still nailed it. So, long story short, Tobacco Honey. If you love these type of fragrances and you want big performance, this one is the one for you. Tobacco Honey by Guerlain. The next fragrance from the house of Frederic Malle, and no, it's not the Moon nor Promise. I believe that those would be a bit obvious choices, and they are quite expensive. So I decided to go with Monsieur. Monsieur, and this fragrance is really a beast type of a fragrance. This is all about patchouli. You really need to love patchouli to appreciate this one, Monsieur. And this is a very medicinal type of patchouli. It's not your chocolatey, cakey, earthy patchouli. No, this is like a green, medicinal, spicy type of, and very oily type of patchouli. Absolutely love this one. Some say that this is like the masculine version of Portrait of a Lady, which also, I could have mentioned Portrait of a Lady, performs really well, but I would say that both are really unisex. Yes, maybe this one, because it doesn't have rose like Portrait of a Lady has, maybe this one leans definitely a bit more masculine, but in the end, they're all unisex. You just really need to appreciate patchouli to enjoy this one. Great performance, great scent overall. Oh man, yeah. It's again very oily, medicinal like patchouli, very spicy and a bit incensey. Highly advise for you to check this one out. It's Monsieur by Frederic Malle. And last but by no means least, from the house of Les Eaux Primordiales, Ambre Supermassive. Now this is the newest release from Les Eaux Primordiales. This was literally released like, I don't know, a few weeks ago. And this was sent to me by the brand. Now I already talked about Les Eaux Primordiales, purchased myself the Vanille Supermassive, which was released last year. And this year, so they released Ambre Supermassive. So this one is the extrait version of Ambre Superfluide, which they already had. It's the Eau de Parfum. It's an Eau de Parfum concentration, which I had the opportunity to try last year. It was okay. It was something missing, and I think that they kind of fixed that. This is a more intense, ambery, resinous, sweet fragrance. This is quite sweet. You really need to have a sweet tooth to appreciate this one. So this starts off with a blast of fruits like peach and apple. I would say that the opening is the most challenging because of more of the peach. The peach here, although it's mild, it's not very obvious. I think the apple is more prominent, but the peach in the background, because it's a bit more synthetic, in the synthetic side of things, this can be challenging for some of you who don't appreciate fruity fragrances, but it's just for the first few minutes. Then this goes into a very vanillic, ambery, spicy, resinous type of perfume. I absolutely love this one. I even dare to say that this has some dates in here, but it's not featured as a note or as an accord. But overall, I absolutely love this one. Definitely for amber lovers who have a sweet tooth, like a gourmand tooth. I again absolutely love this one. Highly advise for you to sample this one if you have the opportunity. Now the price tag is a bit steep. I mean, this is a 50 ml and the price is around 250, 275. It's within that range. So yeah, it's expensive, very expensive. I mean, the Vanille Supermassive, it's as well in the same price tag. Yes, it's a bit overpriced. But I still advise for you to sample this one. Again, if you love your ambers and your gourmand fragrances, I think this is a great fragrance. For me personally, it's a great release from the brand Les Eaux Primordiales Ambre Supermassive. Again, highly advise for you to check this one out, but the performance is really good. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below, what fragrances would you suggest, like strong, long-lasting, rich fragrances for the colder weather. If you find value in this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and check out all the other contents that I have available if you have yet to. Thank you so much for your ongoing support, and see you in the next one. Take care. Ciao.